Yes, good morning all. I'm delighted to welcome you here in Brussels today, in sunny Brussels. I'm delighted to welcome you in this venue where we met already 3 years ago. Welcome you to this EXPANDEO on Fire event. EXPANDEO is the EARSC annual event where the market meets. After 3 long years, we have this great opportunity to meet again, meet in person, as we are used to say now, or online. We decided to go with this hybrid format in order to build on an event we organized last year, purely online, which was so successful. We wanted to develop the opportunity for all to collect thoughts, express their views during this event. We reached last year close to 400 attendees, and this year again, it's planned to be a real success, with a very high number of registrations from 57 countries all over the world. So thank you to all, and a third of people will attend in person. Last year, we discussed and we introduced the Fire Forum. It was really important for us, important for you, as access to market, identification of gaps are crucial for the industry. Last year, we promoted this initiative, the EO Evangelist, in order to introduce Earth observations to non-Earth observation communities. This is what FIRE is about. Liaise with Earth observation service providers with non-Earth observation communities, develop the market, identify what are the needs in order to develop the uptake. We presented you the first results of the focus group and introduced the evangelist. This year, we will go a step forward. We will introduce you the result of the second set of the focus group, with this time a cross-cutting approach on R&D topic, policy areas, innovation, capacity building, awareness on market development activities. Tomorrow will be as well a very interesting, exciting day, as we will focus on the Green Deal. In the first part of the session, we will have more than 20 speakers developing their views on 3 pillars: policy, ecosystem accounting, and global development actions. You will have the opportunity to learn more as well on 2 important projects, Harmonia and eShape, which will illustrate how Earth observation can really support customers, users to tackle climate change event and support the development of the UGO initiatives. So I wish you a really fruitful EXPANDEO and Fire Forum, and we will start this event today with a first video from the Fire Forum. Thank you all. Breton was supposed to introduce this first session. Unfortunately, he was not available to come. But you know how important Earth observation on space as such is important for him. And he wanted to share with you some elements, and he provided us with a first video that we will display right now.
Dear members of the European Association of Remote Sensing Companies, ladies and gentlemen, Europe is one of the main space powers. We have talent, skills, and an extraordinary industrial space ecosystem in Europe, made up of large companies as well as startups that constitute the European new space. Europe owes the status to its two flagships, Galileo and Copernicus, which each in its own field are definitely recognized globally for their outstanding efficiency. Copernicus is the most ambitious and successful Earth observation program in the world and the third largest space data provider globally. Copernicus is a long-term investment in the well-being of our planet. With a regular and continuous observation of the Earth, we are better prepared to face environmental challenges and also to understand, mitigate, and respond to climate change. It is also crucial for Europe's security. It provides satellite information for borders and maritime surveillance or European external actions, such as peacekeeping missions. Copernicus is highly appreciated by all its users. Yet, to remain at the forefront of innovation and efficiency, we need to continue to improve and develop to keep up with the green and digital transition, as well as our growing collective security needs. I presented my ambition for Copernicus in February. And on this occasion, I confirm that Copernicus must contribute to delivering on our ambition of making Europe the first carbon neutral continent by 2050. This is, of course, a great challenge, involving a profound transformation of our economic and industrial systems. As I stated in Toulouse a few months ago, the data and services provided by Copernicus contribute to the production of essential variables to monitor the climate. But we need to do more in this perspective. The future of Copernicus aims to be based on a hybrid observation architecture integrating three elements. Sentinels, which will remain, of course, the mandatory backbone to provide the reference observation capabilities in order to ensure the continuity and quality of our public services. The expansion of missions will provide, of course, new capabilities and promote technologies developed by our industry. And finally, we will develop additional capabilities, especially coming from the European new space, with more agile and responsive operational means and faster information delivery. Some of the new missions will provide us with more capacity to monitor the evolution of our planet, notably a new CO2 monitoring center, the deployment of a CO2 monitoring dedicated mission by 2026, and the launch of a space mission of quantum gravimetry before 2030. Copernicus services will continue supporting the monitoring of deforestation and reforestation, air pollution, as well as clean air rising sea levels, extreme weather events, urban heat island, and regenerated coastal areas and greener urban areas. Copernicus is therefore a strong response to Europe's commitment to the COP28 objectives and to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. At the same time, the Destination Earth initiative will provide us with a digital twin model of Earth based on Copernicus data to anticipate its evolution and our public policies. So the plan is clear: to make Copernicus the central tool to monitor our planet Earth. But beyond this, the Copernicus program also brings economic, social, environmental, and strategic benefits to the European Earth observation downstream sector, as well as to the wider community of final users. We'll need to jointly work on our ambition and uptake of Copernicus technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, with Copernicus, the European Union, together with European industry, is leading the global response to the environmental challenges the world is facing. I can only underline the importance of the Earth observation sector's participation and, of course, support. And with this, I would like to thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As you may have seen in the agenda, the policy is really a key component. Policy will be disseminated in all the different sessions. Last year, EARSC decided to launch 2 specific activities in order to support Earth observation thanks to policy. We created a Green Deal working group, and we created a policy observatory. Thanks to this huge contribution from members involved in the working group, we were able to provide more than 13 contributions to the European Commission in order to help them to structure future policies, in order to help them to understand what kind of capabilities currently exist, in order to ensure that Earth observation could be used in the future. So I'm delighted to invite on the stage this morning Ms. Isabella Poldrugo, from the Deputy Head of Space Policy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. Dear EARSC Secretary General, dear members of the European Association of Remote Sensing Companies, dear Head of EO evangelists and representatives of the FIRE Forum, dear friends of Earth Observation and Copernicus. As the Commissioner recalled a few minutes ago, the European Union is one of the main space power thanks to its flagships, Galileo and Copernicus, that are recognized each in their own sector as the most performant systems in the world. Earth observation sector delivers a wide range of social and environmental and economic benefits to citizens of Europe and in the world. Copernicus and its service in the Earth observation program is highly appreciated by users. Yet, as Commissioner recalled, there are challenges ahead of us, and we need to face to remain a golden standard. The green, digital and resilience transition, as well the massive transformation of the space industry, need to be tackled, and so Copernicus has to evolve towards this direction. In this context, we must project the European space of tomorrow around 2 pillars: pioneering the fight for a green planet and being resilient, capable of asserting ourselves on a strategic power. To reach those objectives, we need to follow 2 priorities: the twin transition to the greening and digitalization of the ecosystem. The effects of climate change are in fact even every day more tangible while we witness the digitalization of our economy and daily lives. Collective security is a second priority in a context of increasing geopolitical tensions and change in the global context. Indeed, the war has returned in Europe. The Russian aggression against Ukraine has shown our vulnerabilities and increased our willingness to strengthen our resilience, solidarity, and mutual assistance. It has also highlighted certain dependency in critical raw material and critical technologies. So far, there is short-term resilience thanks to available stockpiling, but we need to look at the future in the mid and long term. The European Union needs to ensure its strategic autonomy and non-dependence from third countries. We need to strengthen our efforts to enhance the resilience of the EU space value chain and support our ecosystem. The EXPANDEO conference has a crucial role today in the promotion of networking and collaboration between various actors of the Earth observation sector. It is an ideal opportunity, thanks also to the hybrid format, to full cooperation and enable a more resilient green and digital Earth observation sector. Indeed, Copernicus is a strong response to Europe's commitments to the COP28 and to the achievement of the goals of the United Nations Sustainability and Development. Its future development is crucial to keep this objective high in the agenda and to reach the green transition and to make Europe the first carbon neutral continent by 2050. The planned evolution of the system goes in that direction, with the 6 Copernicus services, land, marine, atmosphere, climate change, emergency and security, that are in full speed and ensure the continuity of service to implement the Green Deal and the related policies. At the same time, the expansion missions are targeting new areas and following the EU priorities. Data and services provided by Copernicus contribute to the production of essential variables to monitor the climate and strengthen Europe's role in the global climate policy. Thereby, this year, the EXPANDEO conference will discuss how Earth observation can contribute to the objectives of the Green Deal through support to decision-making based on space data. The evolution of the infrastructure of Copernicus will bring new capabilities in line with this experience. First, the Sentinel's next generation will take over in the 2030s from the existing Sentinels to ensure enhanced continuity of Copernicus. This means that they will include the improvements brought to the evolution of the state of the art so that Copernicus remain a top-notch flagship. But it's not enough. As recalled by the Commission, we are expanding 6 Copernicus Sentinel expansion missions under development, including the CO2 mission and new observation capacity for Polar and the Arctic. The CO2 missions in particular is a priority to measure atmospheric carbon dioxide produced by the human activities. The first 2 units will be completed and planned for the end of 2025 in order to provide the first data by 2026, which is a reference year for the global stocktake. The Crystal mission aims to measure and monitor sea ice thickness and the overlying snow depth, providing crucial information on the heights of ice sheets and glaciers around the world, which are, as you know, heavily impacted by climate change. Other missions are also planned for land surface and sea surface, for temperature monitoring, agriculture, forest and biodiversity, as well as for the launch of space mission on quantum gravimetry, as recalled by the Commission. By 2030-2035, Copernicus will have to be based on a hybrid architecture that integrates 3 elements: the Sentinels, the expansion missions, and finally, additional capabilities from new space actors. The Commission is already starting with onboarding the European new space companies into Copernicus via the Copernicus contributing missions that complement the Sentinels, offering specific response to specific Copernicus service providers' needs, in particular for very high on-demand user requests. The fleet of missions contribute for the fulfillment of the user, and new missions are regularly introduced in the data access portfolio. In order to step up the onboarding of European new space companies in Copernicus contribution mission activities, the Commission is using an innovative procurement approach called Dynamic Purchasing System and Anchor Customer Contracts. This will bring complementarity capabilities and accompany the transformation of the space sector according to the European Union objectives in terms of green, digital, and resilient transitions. Indeed, Copernicus needs to take advantage of the massive transformation of the space industry. Be it through Copernicus or the European Space-Based Secure Connectivity Initiative that will build upon the European space industry in its design and operation, the involvement of new space actors in the European space program is encouraged. It is key to ensure European leadership in the space sector and avoid falling behind other players, as it is an increasingly competitive environment. But the space ecosystem is not only done by upstream, but is a full involvement through the value chain of the downstream sector. This is why Cassini initiative has been developed. In fact, the Cassini Space Entrepreneurship Initiative is a tool designed to stimulate the space tech ecosystem in Europe. The objectives is to create a European market-driven space industry and European high-end digital service to achieve a greater degree of strategic autonomy. The initiative is tailored to meet the needs of companies in different growth stages from seed to mid-caps. Both companies developing space technologies, but also those making digital applications can benefit, so it is accessible through the entire value chain. Cassini initiative includes the Cassini facility, which will deploy 1 billion investment capacity to boost space companies, and not only space companies, but companies working in space in different growth stages across the EU, showing the Union's commitment to support innovation and breakthrough ideas. It also builds on business development and networking through the Cassini matchmaking, which aims to provide opportunities for partnering with corporations and investors during matchmaking events. It aims to help startups and SMEs to reach a critical mass of investment to secure their sustainability and competitiveness. Cassini is devoted to encouraging companies' idea, innovation, and investment. Copernicus, as recalled also through the Cassini initiative, is not only about space, but is also about digitalization. It is increasingly becoming a digital infrastructure at the heart of Europe's digital transformation. The digitalization will contribute to reaching the goals of the Green Deal while offering opportunities for new space actors. It accelerates the transformation of the space ecosystem through 3D printing, increased computing power and miniaturization, onboard computing, all of which are deeply change our space technologies. Indeed, data access, storage, and processing are essential aspects to unlock the full potential of Earth observation. The evolution of Copernicus and the Earth observation sector in general will have to integrate digitalization. In doing so, companies like the one present today have a key role to play, as they are the ones bringing the latest technologies capabilities. With Copernicus and its contributing missions, we'll have to produce intelligence on board with satellites equipped with automatic processing capabilities, but also on the ground with data processing and distribution capabilities based on artificial intelligence, supercomputers, and quantum technologies. As part of this process, data and information access services and Destination Earth digital platform are currently under discussion to contribute to the European Union space data. Indeed, Copernicus aims to develop on a global scale a highly accurate digital model on the Earth through Destination Earth and the digital twin Earth driven by the Commission and by the European Space Agency. It will contribute to effectively monitor and predict the interaction between natural phenomena and the human activities to better achieve the objectives of the green transition, green and digital. It will achieve the integration between computing and modeling science, integrated data and management, and above all, services to users and policymakers. All in all, Copernicus services are diverse and bring benefits to the economy and society beyond the sole upstream sector. The example of forestry mentioned by the Commissioner Breton shows how the beneficial use that Earth observation data can be for policymaking actors. The Copernicus Land Monitoring Service provides information on European and local land cover and land use information. This can be used for monitoring forests through data on 3 species or biodiversity, contributing to understanding the well-being of a forest and how to maintain it. For example, the information generated can then be used to enforce trade regulation on products that have been a negative impact on the environmental, such as the proposal from the Commission of a regulation concerning certain commodities and products associated with deforestation and forest degradation, released in November last year. For agriculture, the role of Copernicus is also essential. It is one of the most promising markets, especially in the area of precision farming. Copernicus also helps assess agricultural land use and trends, crop condition and yields forecast. It also supports input management, farm management, recording and irrigation management through data provided by different services, mainly land and emergency services. I'm sure we will develop further with the FIRE Forum evangelists later, also another sector like energy, urban development, and raw material. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Copernicus is a key enabler of the green and digital transition, as well as the European resilience. The modernization of this EU flagship program is key to answer to the challenges of tomorrow. The EXPANDEO conference is an extraordinary opportunity to promote Earth observation benefit, to establish networks, to enhance collaboration between different sectors, as well to discuss how Earth observation is an integral part of the fight against climate change. In conclusion, Copernicus is not the only Earth observation program, but so far is the world's largest single program for observing and monitoring the Earth, which continues to be built upon our own European strength and capacities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I will now invite our dear EU evangelist to launch the first with Benoit de Vries from FIRE. Thank you.